Today we're going to talk about the power that comes from always doing what's right. Dr. Martin Luther King said the time is always right to do what's right. Real courage and bravery comes from doing what's right, even when it's not popular. And I will say this, just because you know what's right isn't what's important. What's important is doing what's right. It takes incredible character to do what's right when no one else is doing it. Admiral Eric Olson said, "Never sacrifice what you know is right for what's convenient or expedient. Live the life of a leader, one of values, character, courage, and commitment. What you do and what you tolerate in your presence best demonstrates your standards." You can only be free and independent when you do what's right. Courage doesn't come from a life without fear. It comes from being scared but doing the right thing anyway. There are lots of definitions for character, but I'll say character is doing what's right even when other people aren't looking. Even the good book says never tire of doing what's right. Remember, what's wrong is still wrong, even if everyone else is doing it. And what's right is still right, even if nobody's doing it. Winning isn't just about success and how you perform. It's also about getting there while doing what's right. I read a great book by a man recently that passed, a billionaire named John Huntsman. The book was titled Winners Never Cheat. I highly recommend it. Winners and great leaders do what's right, not what's easy. Remember, you're not necessarily a good person because you like doing what's right. You're a good person because you do what's right even when you don't like it. Sometimes the hardest thing you have to do and the right thing are the same thing. Never let your definition of principle or some misguided sense of morals get in the way of what's right. The reality is you always know what's right, but what's sometimes is hard is doing it. Remember, a lie doesn't become a truth, nor does a wrong become right or evil become good just because the majority is doing it. True happiness and integrity comes from doing what's right, not just what feels good. Sometimes some problems pop up when you're trying to determine what's right and what's ethical. Sometimes business leaders even struggle with this. If you're ever not sure if something's right, ask yourself 3 questions. Would you do it if your children were watching? How would you feel if your decision was published on the front page of a major newspaper? And would you be happy if you were on the receiving end of your decision? If the answer is yes to all 3 of those, then it's likely an ethical decision. Sometimes one of the tougher aspects of doing what's right versus what's convenient is that we occasionally convince ourselves, at least on the surface, that we're right in a particular situation when we realize down deep that we're not. And this sometimes manifests in us doing what's convenient rather than the right thing. The real danger comes when someone spent a lifetime ignoring their conscience and then they make the wrong choice when it really counts, failing the people they love or even the world in general. Doing what's right and having integrity are foundational to real and lasting success. I'm Khleif, wishing you incredible passion and massive success in your business and in your life.